Francine Ballard, style editor-at-large for Paper City magazine. I'm here today with Terri Havens and Geovanna Huffman of The Story Houston, a new church, or it's not new anymore, I should say.
Not as new, yes. 5 years old.
Yeah. And I wanted to talk to both of you about, sort of how you've been managing through COVID, and how do you move forward from this? Because I feel like a lot of churches are in the same predicament of how do you congregate safely again? But before we get there, I need you to tell me a little bit about how The Story became The Story.
We wanted to start a congregation that reaches a new generation of people. We wanted to make it simple, approachable. We wanted to make it relevant. We didn't want it to be boring or stale. And I just think that it kind of emerged from the people that started attending from the get-go. They were excited about something new, and it's been exciting.
That's sort of one of those cart and horse things, because was it the people who were attracted to your message, or was it your message that was attracting the people? Because I would say it's your message that is attracting the people, but right. You can speak to that better.
The message is unique, and I think it comes from experience. Eric and I, my husband, who is the lead pastor here, we have grown up in church all of our lives. And I think that has shaped our understanding of what church should be like. And I think that we've gone through very hard times, and those times have shaped us. And I think a lot of the message has a lot of struggle in it. And I think that's what comes authentic about it.
So, but for people who don't go to church here, can you explain what's different about your message than traditional churches?
We are not so much about tradition or religion. We want people to know Jesus. It's very simple. Mm-hmm. And I think that we take out all of the baggage that comes with, tradition or a lot of religion. We want people to just have an experience first, and then to learn the Bible. So we don't make it too complicated, and I think that helps a lot of people who are new to Christianity. They don't want to follow a bunch of rules. They want to come and learn the message and apply it to their lives. And I think that transforms their hearts eventually.
Absolutely. And so, Terri, how did you get to meet Geovanna and start coming to The Story yourself?
Through my kids.
Okay.
My kids were hearing about it, and they were like, "Can we just try it?" And I was like, "Okay." And you walk in here, and you're like, "Oh my goodness," because it's really different. It's really youthful, and but immediately, Eric was amazing and resonated no matter what your age. And so that's how we started coming.
What is the difference to you and how in their messaging? What resonates with you the most?
Well, I think it's topics that are extremely relevant and topics that a lot of people are scared to tackle. And so you're like,
such as?
Sexuality, pornography.
No, but it's true. I think it's a very different kind of, they're not afraid to talk about different things that you would not talk about in other forums. Religious forums. And then I know that at the start of COVID, you actually hosted, Eric did one of his sermons from your house.
Yes,
from your, on your property.
Right.
And that was amazing.
It was. Well, that was how this whole thing came about.
Okay.
Was that I took this Bible study. It's called SMI, and at the end you graduate after 3 years, and they go, "Okay, now what are you going to do with your with a ministry or something? How are you going to help make the world a better place?" And I go, this is really weird, but I keep thinking I want to have a place where women can get together and come together on fun things. And with The Story and being non-traditional the same way, it's that I go, it wouldn't be your normal thing. It would be fun things. And so
I'm going to stop you because I want you to explain sort of from the beginning, what is this new thing that you've started? It's a women's ministry. It's called Beloved or Beloved?
It's called Beloved. But
Beloved?
But Beloved was a double entendre. I mean, how perfect is that?
Right.
So that's why we went with that. We go, it's both of them. It's great. Come to The Story and be loved at Beloved.
But the reason for starting this group is primarily...
The mission is to reach people that would normally not want to come to church.
Non-religious people.
Exactly. And people who might be intimidated to come to church.
So how does it work? How do you congregate?
Well, we haven't yet.
Okay.
The day will come.
coming.
I mean, we were in the works, planning all this when obviously COVID. But our first one is coming up, where we're bringing in Greg Smalley, who is a authority on marriage, and he's amazing. But so what we're going to do is we're just going to have like 5 people sitting at a table for 10 and totally spaced out. So we'll only, be able to have a smaller amount of people, and then we'll Zoom the rest. And we'll take it day by day, and hopefully the day will come where we just pack, a huge ballroom. But
And you have speakers. And
yes.
it'll be here at the church?
It'll be here at the church for now. Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
Yes, yeah.
So one thing I'm curious about, and maybe Gio, you could address this for me, is why form separate ministries? Why have a men's and a women's?
I think that for us, it's because the needs are different. I think that 2020 has been such a challenging year for all of us, and we felt that women needed to be ministered in a different way than men needed to be ministered to. And also, I think we felt that men in our congregation needed fellowship with other men. And I think that that's when I met Terri, and she's very modest, but she really inspires a lot of women. And I think that she has been driving this. And I think a lot of the excitement that we have is that we're going to be with other women, and we're going to learn really important things. Like I think with Greg and Erin Smalley, we're going to learn about marriage, and we're going to have more people come. And I think that some of the events are going to reach specific groups of women, but like we'll expand. And we'll bring different speakers, and they will reach other segments. It's going to be exciting because I think there are very different topics that we're trying to tackle.
That makes sense. Here's something I'm just personally curious about. Do you think women are more spiritual than men?
I think so, and I think that has to do with us just having a different. I don't know. I think that I'm more mystic than my husband because I just, connect more in a more emotional way. But I think that usually leads to more spirituality too. You know what I mean? I think that men tend to be a little more stoic in some ways, and it's hard to know. But maybe they're really spiritual. I don't want to be judgmental.
Well, even have men never asked for directions.
Yeah. Sometimes we just don't know.
Yeah. Terri, who do you see as your target or the people who you want to attract to this group? Because it's fascinating the level of consumer you've brought to this church, for lack of a better word, is it's people like Terri.
My kids all the way up to
It's a very diverse audience.
It's a diverse audience.
Every
so
age, every income, every social, every
It crosses every border. So it's kind of hard to have a target audience when it's everyone. So it's any way that if the topic is something of interest to you, you'll tune in. And so that's why we want to have a huge variety of topics. And if something interests you, then that's who will come. Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Well, we are looking so forward to seeing how this unfolds.
Yeah, it's
Thank you for having me here today.